What's up, family? Welcome back to the Rundown. I'm your host, as always, Drew Johnson. For those that are new, man, make sure you guys are following us on all social media platforms at the Platform DR. You can find myself at Real News 102. Hey, man, and make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the channel. For those that are watching right now, make sure you are liking and subscribing to the channel. The more you support, man, the more this thing can grow, and it supports the guests, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, but for those that's been tuned in, you already know I kicked the season off on fire. You know what I'm saying? I've got a boatload of guests to start the season. You know what I'm saying? And I'm keeping it rolling. You feel me? So tonight I'm gonna have 2025 quarterback out of Winter Haven High School. My boy, you know what I'm saying, representing Polk County. Been wanting to have him on for a while, man. John Kostuch. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the dual threat quarterbacks, one of the top in the county right now. He definitely deserves his spot on the show. He'll preview Winter Haven's High School. They're going all the way up to Tennessee this week, man. They got Knoxville Catholic this week. So he'll talk a little bit of ball, and he'll preview that game. Next up, we got 2026 quarterback out of Wiregress Ranch, man. A kid I've been following for a couple years now, Dillon Bailey. Just have him on, talk some ball recruitment. He'll preview Wiregress Ranch's game versus Zephyr Hills this week, which will be a pretty good matchup. And, we'll wrap things up, you know what I mean, with the OGs, you know how I like to do. With one of the hardest workers in the industry, man. You know, as I said on Twitter, this guy's the voice, you know, of that Tampa, Pasco area. Glad to have him on, man. Andy Villamarzo from SBLive and SI.com. He'll come on and wrap it up. He'll talk some high school football, man, out of the whole state of Florida. He's throughout the whole state of Florida. And he'll preview the game of the week. We got Cocoa High School versus IMG. So that'll be exciting. Make sure you guys stay tapped in throughout the show to hear from Andy. But let's kick it off strong, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, first off, I had to dive into the Polk County area, like I said, show this kid some love. You know, he works his butt off, you know what I'm saying, develop into a leader on this Winter Haven team. Just thrilled to have him on. Welcome to the show, everybody. 2025 quarterback, John Kostuch.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, sir, brother, man. First off, you know, hey, you're new to the show, you know what I'm saying, like I told you. So let's kind of give the people the rundown. We'll talk ball, but let's give them the rundown on your backstory. Kind of talk about how you got into football, and more specifically, how you got into the quarterback position.
Yes, sir. I mean, I've been playing since I was 4 or 5 years old. I started playing quarterback around 6, and I took it seriously around 7th grade, started training and stuff. And then when I got into high school at Ridge Community originally, I played quarterback as a JV, and I started my sophomore year, and then everything just went up from there. I started my sophomore year, came to Winter Haven, started my junior year, and now I'm starting my senior year.
Yeah. And John, you know, we'll throw up some of your highlights and stuff, but you're a little bit of a dual threat, you know what I'm saying? But just talk about some of the things you worked on in the off season, kind of just heading into the fall. What did you want to improve on going into the season, brother?
Yes, sir. I mean, I wanted to have a complete game. I felt like my passing was there. I have good pocket presence. I have good accuracy, and my speed is there, and I wanted to take full advantage of it. So I've been working on with that in the off season, and I think that's definitely improved in my game. I got a lot better at running the football, just like you said, dual threat. And I think I got a lot better at that.
Yeah. Hey, senior year, John, you know what I'm saying? Kind of last year to, you know, get that college interest and find your next home, brother. But for the college coaches that's watching, man, you talk about your dual threat. You talk about some of the things you worked on in the offseason to improve that arm. What do you feel like separates yourself from other quarterbacks in your class, man?
My IQ and my intangibles. I feel like I can do things that other quarterbacks can't do off the field, especially in their mind. You got to think about certain things that quarterbacks can't handle: pressure, reading defenses, all sorts of things. That it's not just the physical aspects of playing quarterback, but the mental aspects. I feel I have advantage over other quarterbacks in that mental aspect.
Smart kid. No, for sure. Definitely a smart kid off the field. Gets it done in the classroom too, right? Hey,
yes,
but
sir.
man, let's talk. No, for sure. Let's talk about it though, John. You know, it's no secret, you know, in the Polk County area, Winter Haven, you know, you guys lost some guys in the offseason, but you know, that's what it comes with it now in this day and age. But I want to ask you, brother, what have you done as the quarterback, as the leader of this team? What have you done to kind of keep these guys together, you know, and focus on the goal of, you know, brotherhood and just, you know, getting better every day?
Yes, sir. I mean, we just put our head down and keep working. Young guys got to step up. When that happens, I mean, it's a part of football, but it's an opportunity for young guys, and that's what we preached all year. And these young guys are getting opportunities now, and they're showing out, and they get to show even at an early age, just like I did when I was a sophomore. They get to start on varsity, and they get experience. So it's not necessarily a horrible thing.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's going to be a lot of eyes on y'all this week, going all the way up to Tennessee, man. You got Winter Haven Blue Devils and Coach Carl White, my dog. You know what I mean? Got to represent Polk County. But let's talk about it, man. First of all, how's it feel to travel all the way up there? A lot of people don't even get that experience, especially coming from where we come from, bro. What's the talk about, you know, in the locker room with the guys?
Yes, sir. I mean, so far it's just a business trip until we win. I mean, we're waiting to take it on. It's a different challenge, different state, different atmosphere, but we're ready. We've been watching film all week, been getting prepared. But like I said, it's just a business trip, and that's what we kept preaching all week in the locker room. And until we get that dub, we ain't having fun.
Business trip, man. Let
Yes,
me
sir.
ask you, brother. Some of the guys might be sleeping on Winter Haven, man. Just talk about some of your athletes who you pitching the ball to, who you see every day in practice. You know what I mean? Some of these DBs that we might not know about. Who's, you know, just throw out a couple names who the people need to know, brother.
Yes, sir. I mean, obviously, I got to throw a shout out to my guy Marlon Tillis. He's played a corner. He's a senior, and that's my guy. He's been on the team for a while, and he's one of the captains on the team. Very lengthy corner, very fast. He's been shutting down number one receivers left and right. We got Najee Miller, who's been playing tight end and receiver. He's a junior, and he has sure hands. Very reliable receiver. And then I got a running back, Micah McDaniel, who came over from Ridge. Very shifty running back, got a lot of tools in his pocket, and he's very athletic.
Man, speaking of this team, man, and Coach Carl White, what did you have you guys do in the offseason, man? What's some of the things y'all did to kind of build that camaraderie and, like I said, that brotherhood? What's some of the things you guys did in the offseason, man?
Yes, sir. I mean, it's just spending time together. There's no other way to put it. I mean, it's lifting, running, working out. I mean, you got to spend time together. You can't build that camaraderie and brotherhood without being together. And without being together, there is no togetherness and cohesiveness within the team. And that is very important with the team, regardless of how much talent you have.
Smart kid, man. Let's talk about it, brother. It's that time, like we talked about, for college coaches to come knocking. Who's been showing some love, man? Talk about some of the offers you do have right now, and talk about some of the colleges that's been showing you some love.
Yes, sir. I mean, I've had a lot of great opportunities from colleges, and I'm developing a lot of good relationships with college coaches, and I'm very grateful for all those relationships I'm getting. And I'm continuing those relationships, still talking to them, and I'm very grateful for everything I've been getting. And I look forward to the future as well, and whatever opportunity presents itself. And I'm grateful for any organization or program that reaches out to me as I reach out to them.
Yeah, so you've been throwing up some graphics here lately, you know what I'm saying? Do you want to throw out any of your schools that's been showing you some love?
I mean, all of them. I'm thankful for all of them. I mean,
I like
yes,
that.
sir. I'm grateful for all the relationships and coaches that I developed throughout the years, especially as a sophomore up until my junior year. It's been a while.
Yeah. Hey, smart kid, you know what I'm saying? You know how to talk for sure. Hey, but man, like I said, you still got some time to work on your game, man. Going into this season, what's a personal goal of yours? And you know what I'm saying? Hey, started the season a little rough, but that's okay. You guys got a long season, right? What's the personal goal of yours, and what's the goal for this team, man? You know what I'm saying? I know you guys are talking to each other every day in the locker room, outside of school. What's the goal for this team too as well, man?
I mean, I feel like we're focused on winning the district. We don't care how it gets done, no matter all the dirty work we do. It doesn't have to be pretty. As long as we win that district and get in the playoffs, that's all we really care about. I mean, in the end, we want to get to that 15th game no matter how it happens, and that's what our main goal is.
Hey, man, John, I got a little bit of time left with you, man. I kind of want to do something that I usually do on the rundown, you know, kind of give people a little bit of more insight on you. And that's Drew's Fast Five, man. You know what I'm saying? I got 5 questions for you that I'm going to throw out to you, and you're going to answer them as quick as you can in your best ability. You feel me?
All right. Yes, sir. I'll try my best.
Nah, here we go. First question. Favorite football player of all time?
Oh, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I grew up a Packer fan, and I love his release. His game is beautiful. I love watching him.
Grew up a Packers fan? Are you born in Polk? You from Polk, right?
Yes, sir. Well, I'm from Florida. I was born in Orlando.
Okay, it don't matter, man. He a Polk baby, man. Don't get my dog.
Sir.
Hey. Favorite pregame song?
Oh man, that's a good one. I'm flipping it up a ton. I actually listened to a Miles Bridges a couple times. I don't know if you know about that. Yeah. That's an NBA player. So
hey, man,
I listen to a couple of his songs. I don't got one though.
Man, whatever gets you turned, whatever gets you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, exactly. It's all about the ritual.
For sure. All right, I got another one. Best post-game meal.
Oh man, usually after game I'll just relax, have some Pedialyte, and then I'll make myself a PB&J.
Pedialyte and a PB&J. That boy trying to
Yes,
get
sir.
that size. That boy trying to keep that size on him. All right. Favorite movie or TV show?
Oh man, I really like The Water Boy just because I've always been into football. I've watched
Ooh,
that a
Water
ton.
Boy.
Love Adam
Old
Sandler. It's
school.
funny. Football,
Okay.
I love it.
Okay, old school. You must got some football people there in the house right now that you know what
Oh
I'm
yes,
saying?
sir. Yes,
Talk to
sir.
somebody. Is
Yes,
that in
sir.
the family? Is sports in the family, brother?
My dad played football in high school. My brother played football in high school, so
Okay.
I got football in the blood. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, you're an athlete. You feel me? For
Yes,
sure,
sir.
athlete. All right, hey, that leads right into this last question, man. What's your best skill on the football field?
I would say leading the team and telling people where to go, because I feel like I have to know where everyone is, and I know better than everyone else what to do because that's my job, and I'm good
Ooh.
at leading people and telling them what to do so they do right.
Ooh. All right. Okay, John. Hey, man, that's how you do it, man. This is a well-spoken kid. Like I said, definitely long overdue. Wanted to have him on the show. Works his butt off, right? Represents Winter Haven the right way. I know Coach Carl is proud of this kid being his quarterback and being a leader of his team. Hey, man, John, I want you to close out, man. Let the people know that's been supporting you along the journey. You know, give them some thanks for sure, and then close out letting the people know where they can find you, brother.
Uh, Instagram at John Kostuch, the John Kostuch, and on Twitter, John Kostuch.
Mm. That's my guy, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
You want to shout out anybody that's helped you along the way? Parents, coaches?
Just my parents and all my coaches that I've had throughout my years. I mean, they've all helped in some way. I love them.
For sure. Hey, that's my guy, man. We'll definitely have him back on. But I wanted to have him on to preview that Knoxville Catholic game, man. Them boys going all the way up to Tennessee to represent Polk this week. John, man, good luck to you guys for sure. You know I'll be following along the season, bro. You know I wish the best for you. I'm always trying to get something out on you on Prep Red Zone. So good luck this week, bro, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate you.
For sure, brother. Peace.
Peace.
Hey, man, that's my guy, John, right there. Definitely gets it done off the field, gets it done on the field as well. Dual threat kid. Long overdue for him, man. Wanted to have him on the show. Make sure you guys are following him on all social media platforms and, you know, supporting him. Definitely want to see him get to the next level. We're going to keep it rolling, though. You know what I'm saying? My next guest, 2026 quarterback. Like I said, a kid I've been following the last couple years. Met him on a bus tour, you know, a couple years ago, traveling to some of the top schools in the country, man, and just to see him develop. He's now one of the better quarterbacks in his class. I'm just glad to have him on. Shouts out to his pops too, man. You know what I'm saying? Hope he's tuned in. So welcome everybody, Dillon Rose Bailey. What's up, brother? What's up,
What's
my boy?
up, coach? What's up?
Yeah. Hey, my dog, man. What's up, bro? Talk to me, man. You know, how's it been? Talk to me. How's the off season been? Going ahead into the season, man. How's the off season?
No, everything's been going great. Been gaining some weight, height, just been slinging it around to my teammates, and I'm ready for our third game of this year.
Yeah, and okay, let's start it off right, man. You know what I'm saying? It's your first time on the show. I gotta introduce you right. So we'll talk ball here in a second, but Dillon, let's give the people the rundown on your backstory. You know what I mean? Like, let's talk about how you got into the game, how you got into playing football, and more specifically, how you got into playing the quarterback position, bro.
It's a long story. Started quarterback probably around like 6, 7 years old. I was playing center, and then coaches told me throw the ball, and they're like, all right, he can throw the ball. So after that, just probably gained some trainers along the way, and then now I'm here.
Yeah. Now my boy here. Everybody say he started off at center. Hey, that's what's up. That's how it usually starts in the little league, man. You move around, you
Yeah.
throw a couple of times, coaches. Hey, that's our QB. You know what I'm saying? But all right, let's talk about it. You talked about the offseason, man. Made a move over to Wiregress Ranch. Just talk about how's that transition been, and enjoying that new family, brother.
The family and the brotherhood there is just amazing. You know, everyone pushes each other. Everyone's fighting. Everyone's just working each and every day,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what. Someone's slacking off, they're getting on. They're getting on each other. Like it's a real brotherhood over there. So
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Okay, yeah, and real quick, you the leader of the team, brother. Throw out a few names. If you guys don't know, Wiregrass Ranch got some athletes, right, on
Oh
both sides
yeah,
of the ball,
yeah,
man. So just
both sides.
throw out a couple athletes, and I know a couple of your receivers you might throw the ball to, DBs you go against in practice, man. Throw out a few names that people need to know.
Offensively, shout out to Bryce Randolph,
Yeah, oh
Nathan
yeah,
McNeil,
yeah, him too. Yeah,
um, Monty Mont. On defense, there's Grayson,
yeah,
there's Mo, there's Lucas Clella.
yeah.
They're all real dogs.
Oh,
So I'm excited to play with them.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
you guys start out the season, you know what I'm saying, the right way. You feel me?
Yeah.
Undefeated 2-0 going into this week. You know, you got Zephyr Hills this week, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They beat, you know what I'm saying? They beat
Yeah, good
Wiregress
team.
last year, so I know it's a
Yeah.
little bit of talks going on in the locker room with the guys, with the coaches. Talk to the people, man. How's it been? And give us a preview of that game, brother.
So unfortunately, I wasn't there for the last year's
Yep.
game, but
Yeah,
I heard it was a real dogfight.
yeah,
But since new quarterback here, I'm excited to play with my new teammates
yeah,
against the team that beat us last year. So
yeah.
hopefully it won't happen again this year, though. It won't
Hey,
happen.
it was only one of the few losses they had in the regular
Yeah,
season. You know, they ain't
yeah.
take many losses, but that was the only one. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
What's the talk with the guys? You know what I'm saying? I know you guys got to be hyped up, bro.
Oh yeah, they're real hype. Especially the seniors.
Yeah,
The juniors that were last year are now seniors, so they're really excited. Especially even our coaches too. Like
yeah,
they don't want that happening again. So
no, for
and it
sure.
won't. It won't. It won't.
Yeah,
I can tell you
yeah.
that.
All right, brother. Hey, man, we talked a little about it all season, man, but just go into that a little bit more on your game. You know what I'm saying? What's some of the things you worked on with your trainers heading into the fall that you wanted to showcase people this fall?
I want to show my playmaking abilities. I want to show that I can run. I don't have to stay in the pocket.
Yeah.
Uh, I can throw the deep balls, medium balls, in between linebackers, over linebackers, before safeties. Just everything that a great QB needs.
Mm. Yeah, brother. I met you a couple years back. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, on the bus store with Coach BJ, but you kind of developed to like the face of the QB universe. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? So just
Yeah.
talk about that relationship and that you have with director Drew Phillips and
hmm
how is it working with QB universe, brother?
Yeah, no, Drew is an amazing man. He's really helped me throughout my years. QB Universe though is just an amazing thing to
Yeah,
go to.
yeah,
I advise the younger quarterbacks to go check it out. And if you haven't
yeah,
been there, it's a real fun time for you.
yeah. And man, hey man, 2026, man. I know it's that time for the college coaches to come knocking, brother. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
finally got full reigns this season to showcase, a full season of film to these coaches. Like, hey, I'm the real deal. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it though. What's some of the things you feel like separates yourself from other quarterbacks in your class, man?
I think that separates me is my ability to forget about the last play. I make a
Mm,
bad play. Next play it's out of my mind. Cause that's what gets a lot of quarterbacks in trouble. They throw a pick and then next drive they're out of their mind. They're losing it, and then during the game they start just slowly declining in their
yeah.
play. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And no, I'll definitely throw out some highlights. You guys will probably be watching them right now in this video, but hey, let's talk about it, man. This season is a big time for you guys. I know like you said, the seniors want to go out with a bang.
Mhm.
What's the goal? What's the goal for yourself, brother? What's the goal you have? And what's the goal for the team, man? What you guys are talking about, man? What you got together in the locker room, off the field? What's the goal for this team?
For myself, my goals are just to lead this team to however far we can make it. Um, I'm like envisioning the state championships. Like
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about
Yeah,
this.
there
I'm
you
not
go.
thinking about district championship.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about that ring, coach. But
there you go.
the team, it's the same thing. We have one goal, and that's a state, or that's a ring around our ring finger, coach. And
Yeah, yeah.
you know, I'm just ready to lead this team. I'm really excited.
That's a fact, man. And do you guys? I know you talking about that, but do you guys got any games circled on the schedule that we didn't know about, or what?
Yeah, I
I know you
mean,
got something. You know what I mean? You got a
yeah,
couple guys on there, so
yeah, we got this one right here, Zephyr Hills.
Happy Hill.
This is gonna be a game. We got South Sumter, Uh, yeah, there's just a lot of games on our schedule, and
Yeah,
they're all gonna be real good. They're all
yeah,
gonna be real good.
yeah. And talk about it, man. Like I said, you finally got reins this year. You know what I'm saying? You leading the team. You the leader now, right?
Yes,
They
sir.
looking to you. So how's it feel? Talk about growing with this coaching staff, and how's it feel to finally and show everybody. I'm ready for the next level. I know you see all this 2026 quarterback talk. You know what I mean? I should trust me. You moving up to that top 10 for sure. So talk to me, man. How's it feel to show everybody I'm the real deal as well?
First off, just being with these coaches have been like helping me throughout this year. Without them, I wouldn't have learned like defenses and better understanding the game. But you know, me personally, I think I'm top. Like
Yeah,
I believe in myself. I think I can outperform all these other quarterbacks. And don't doubt me, because I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna get
yeah.
out there soon.
Yeah, who do you feel like, I know you watch the game. Who do you feel like you kind of replicate a little bit on the field? Who do you feel like you look like on the field, man?
You talking about college or NFL?
Hey, whoever you like, you feel me? Whoever you like.
That's a hard question, Coach.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, snap. How about Shador Sanders? Yeah, it's a
Ooh.
hot take, but I really like his play style. Uh, uh,
Ah.
I really like his play style. He
Yeah,
comes out and starts the game hot.
yeah,
It's not slowly being better in the game. It's from the first whistle to the
yeah,
end. That man is nonstop. He's not slowing down at all.
yeah.
So yeah, I really like him.
Yeah, no, he's composed, man. That's what you
Yeah,
got to
he
like
is.
about him. He never
Yeah.
sings rattle. You feel me?
Yeah.
Nah, for sure. But let's talk about it, man. Hey, college is coming for you, right? It's
Yeah.
that time. You feel me? It's that time for 2026. So just talk about some of the schools, that have pulled that trigger and sent that O, and talk about some of the schools that's been showing a lot of love here recently, bro.
So the first two offers I have are FAU and Toledo.
Yeah,
So shout out them. Really
yeah,
appreciate the opportunities for them. But some schools are
yeah.
hey,
Uh-oh.
oh, Coastal's helping me
Uh-oh.
out. Yeah,
Coastal. Uh-oh. Shout out
Coastal,
Coastal.
Texas A&M.
Yeah,
Uh, and to be honest, that's really it, coach. But I'm looking forward to some more after this year.
yeah. Nah, for sure, man. Hey, what do you want to work on? You know what I'm saying? Even throughout the season, man. What do you want to work on, dog? What do you want to show these coaches you can do?
I want to show I'm a leader. I'm a real good
Yeah,
leader. You know, the team really loves me. They understand that I'm gonna get through the game and I'm gonna help them win the game. Like it's
yeah,
none of that. It's none of that soft stuff. Like it's a real deal. I'm gonna lead this team. So
yeah. Yeah.
that's what
Hey,
they
let
can
me
look
ask
for.
you, bro. Have you? Because I haven't seen the games, dog. But have you been using your legs a little bit? Like, how are they using you, bro?
I mean, I don't have to. I have all these
Oh,
good. I have all these good playmakers
too
around me.
many guys. He's just throwing it
What's the?
around.
Yeah, it's there. I got great running backs. I got a great line. Oh, great offensive line.
Yeah,
Defense helped me too. I mean, it's just
yeah.
all around. Wiregrass Ranch is
My God.
one of the best teams out there, and we gonna show them.
They sleeping, dog. Y'all one of them
Yeah.
boys say he one of the best teams in Tampa and one of the best teams in the state. Hey man, really quick, dog. We gotta do it this way. I gotta do the Drew's Fast Five, you know what I'm saying? This is what I do on the rundown. Got a quick 5 questions for you, you know what I'm saying? You answer them the quick as you can, the best you can, you feel me?
All right, I'll try. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. All right, bet. Favorite football player all time.
Ah, uh, it don't have to be a quarterback. Anybody?
Favorite football player. Nope. Favorite football player. It don't matter.
Antonio Brown.
Ooh, AB. Shout
Yeah.
out AB, bro. I
Before
know you.
before CTE. Before CTE.
Nah, man. I met AB, man. Shout out DR7. I met AB here on a 77 circuit. He cool, bro. He not
Yeah,
crazy, dog.
he's a great man.
He not crazy, but all right, bet. Favorite pregame song.
uh That's hard. I ain't really a music man, but
Ooh, who was say, no, he's just going there straight, ready to go.
yeah. I'll probably look one up real quick. I ain't got
No,
none.
you got to, bro.
Nah, I ain't
You
got
got
none.
to.
I ain't got
You,
none.
no, you gotta look one up, bro. Boy say he know Music man. He just. All right, bet. Let's go. Favorite movie or TV show?
Oh, TV show?
I know you got one of those now.
Yeah, I'm a real anime guy. So how about Naruto?
Hey, there you go.
Yeah,
Man, you don't know
Naruto.
nothing about Naruto, man.
What?
Come on,
What? You
man.
crazy,
Who's
cuz.
your favorite Naruto character, man?
How about Minato?
Okay, I like you don't like Itachi?
Yeah.
Come
Nah,
on,
dude, he's
man.
cool. He cool. He cool.
Okay. Itachi to go. All right. Let me ask you this, brother. What's your best skill on the football field?
Best skill. Probably playmaking. On the run.
Playmaking.
Get out the pocket. Get out the
You
pocket.
got the pocket on some
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes type, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a bet, man. Hey, that's something that people can expect this weekend, dog. You know, Zephyr
They
Hills,
can.
you know they got
Yeah.
the DBs, dog. It's gonna be
Yeah.
tough. It's gonna
It
be
is.
tough. All right, man. Hey, Dillon, dog. We can go on and on, you know what I'm saying? But I gotta close. I got another guest coming on here to wrap up the show. Definitely want to have you back on, though, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Shouts
sir.
out to Fox for sure. Definitely got a good support. This is a smart kid, bright future. Got a couple more seasons to go, so we'll have him on the
Thank
show
you.
again. But man, let the people know where they can find you. They got a big game this week, man. Let
Yes,
the people
sir.
know where they can find you out on social media, brother.
Instagram, Dillon1 spelt out _8. And then on Twitter is Dillon1 _8. Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
what it is. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. He the one, dog. I'm always on the one, man. Hey, got the gear on. Wiregrass Ranch is looking good. They got
Yes,
the
sir.
athletes on both sides of the ball. My boy feeling good. They got a big one this week. Make sure y'all tapped in, man. Follow my dog, man. We're gonna have you back on the show for sure, Dillon. Hey,
Yes,
much
sir.
love to you, bro. You know I wish, you know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying. You know I
Love.
wish you the best, bro, off the show and everything. You know, you feel me, bro. Much
Yes,
love,
sir.
bro. We'll talk soon, bro.
Yes, sir.
Peace. Thank you, brother. Hey, man, that's my dog right there, man. That's Dillon Rose Bailey out of Wiregrass Ranch High School. Make sure you guys are following along with him, man. They got a big game this week, like I said, versus Zephyr Hills. He's a dual threat, but he definitely uses arm as well. Like I said, I watched him compete at multiple colleges, big time colleges. Never shipped, never folded. Like he said, he likes Shador, right? So hey, that's my dog. Shouts out to Pops. I see you, Pops. What's up, Pops? What's up, baby? Nah, make sure y'all following Dillon Rose Bailey, man. But hey, we're gonna keep it rolling. I got another guest coming on, a big dog, right? You know, guys, I like to wrap up the show with the OGs, man. This guy, man, I don't know too many that works harder than this guy in the industry. Like I said, right? If you don't know this guy in the Tampa area, the Pasco County area, you sleep. You got to be under a rock, man. Just glad to have him on the show. SBLive and SI.com. Welcome, everybody. Andy Villamarzo.
Hey, what's going on, Drew? Thank you for having me.
Nah, for sure, man. You the man, dog. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing you on Spaces. You always working, man. But hey, let's let the people know, brother. You know, so I'm gonna turn the seat around for you. Been doing it for a while, brother. You know what I'm saying? I know a little bit about your backstory. I know about the work ethic as well, but some people might not know. So let's talk about the Andy story, right? Let's talk about you coming up into the game. How'd you get into high school football coverage? Let's give the people the rundown a little bit, brother.
Well, got into covering high school sports. I want to say 2007 was my first year. Started stringing for the Tampa Bay Times and kind of just started on a rainy night, kind of like one that's going on tonight here in Pasco County, and got stuck on the side of the road by Sun Lake High School. So actually I had to walk to my first game. I think about a mile.
Wow.
Car problems. Yep. Car had to
Car
get
problem, man. That's the thing with this thing, man.
Mm-mm.
Car problem.
Still had to get the assignment though. I knew the assignment had to get done. So you know as well as I do, we gotta get out to these games, see these kids, and get the report. So we went down to the game and was able to. I think it was Sun Lake Bishop McLaughlin, and Sun Lake got their. I think that was their program's first win. So it was that was the start, and always been in the Tampa Bay area, and I've strung for the Tampa Bay Times, the Tampa Tribune, Suncoast News, Hernando's Sun, and then got the opportunity with SBLive, who partners with Sports Illustrated, and it's been awesome, man. I mean, ton of work, like you said. You see so much content, and to me, I look up to the guys like Larry the GOAT.
Yes, sir.
I've talked to John Santucci a bunch.
Yes,
these are the guys that I think are obviously, really just the workhorses. So I don't know, maybe a little bit of motivation always drives me to kind of keep up with those guys. And maybe we all drive each other a little crazy in a sense.
Hey, if you're in this game and you're at this level, you gotta be, right? I think we're in that stage, like you said, you looking up to the GOATs, but hey, I'm looking up to an Andy Villamarzo, right? I'm looking up to a Mark Henry, a guy like that. I'm that young, hungry kid. I'm ready to catch up to the OGs too. So I feel you, brother. You gotta be motivated. But hey, that's a little bit of the Andy story, man. It always starts with some car troubles, you know what I mean? Yep. A little bit of football history that you have, and hey, you put it together and you make something happen. But it starts with the work ethic. And that's one thing this guy has, right? All over the state, even nationally. He covers nationally, right? Not just Florida. So talk a little bit about your off season, how'd that go, and where were some of the colleges and places you were able to visit?
Well, during the off season, really just was able to go out to not as much as I would say somebody like Larry when he comes to recruiting. Yeah. I put together these lists and watch film, but you know, statistics obviously play a big role in kind of taking a look at what guys do. And I don't like to think of myself as like a recruiting analyst per se. I like to identify kids and, you know, see what they are able to accomplish when it comes to the totality of a season. But I'm not giving anybody any stars. I'm not over here saying, you know, this guy's the.
Don't be DMing Andy, man. Like, hey, where's my stars at, man?
No way. I don't do that. I'm not I'm not Rivals. I'm not 247 Sports. I appreciate the bajillion tags I'm in. I think every day when it comes to film and you know stats and all that, I love it. I mean, it helps me be able to kind of see what guys all over the state, because I do this story every week, 50 observations from high school football for the, you know, whatever week it is. And for me, like when I get tagged and stuff, it really helps me kind of see something that I might not catch because we see all the big games, right? All of that is stuff we can all talk about and be like, oh, did you see what happened over at St. Thomas Aquinas or Lakeland or, you know, whatever, Lake Mary. But I mean, some of these small schools is, you know, they're looking for, everyone's looking for coverage in some way, shape, or form.
Like that North Florida area, you be hitting all over, right? That gets no coverage. So yeah, I know what you mean, brother.
Oh yeah, there's so many small schools that people, you know, they'll see the school name and they're like, never heard of that school in my life. What did they do? What have they done? And I'm like, I think it's across the board. You always got to look at it as you're trying to, for me anyways, because recruiting is just a part of what I do. It's I'm always looking to get as many names out as possible and just try to just say, hey, you know, here's some of the things they've done. And, you know, if that catches somebody's eye, that's awesome. I mean, I got to say I think what we're all doing is always trying to promote the kids and get out their names. Yeah.
And I think me and my guys talk about it as well. And we're in this game we know we're not going to get rich, right? So we're not in this game to get rich, but it's about exposing the unexposed. And I think you do a great job doing that. Like you said, there are other recruiting sites such as the 247 Rivals. They do a great job with their coverage, but it's a lot of, you know, leftover prospects and schools that might get overlooked. And I think you do a great job cutting your skin in the game because you do provide that coverage for those schools, and they enjoy it, right? The coaches enjoy it, the administrators, the parents, the players. So it all works out. So, but we got to go big game, right? I got you on here for a reason. We got to go to the big game this week. For me, this is the game. This is the game. It's a national game of the week, but we'll just do Florida, right? So let's talk about it. Coco IMG, 2026 quarterback, Michigan commit, goes up against IMG, Ty Hawkins out there and those guys. Break it down for us, Andy. Nobody does it like you, brother.
Hey, man. Well, there's other guys I think that could definitely give you know, just a bit of a breakdown.
Hey. But I gotta hype you up, brother. You a dog in this when it comes to this high school football coverage. You feel me?
Hey, I appreciate any love anybody gives. But this game, I mean, I got both of these teams 1 and 2. IMG still a number 1, even though that week 1 loss against Corner Canyon, it looks a little bit even more depreciated just because they ended up losing the following week to Lone Peak in Utah. So that was kind of crazy because everybody. And I think me and John Santucci kind of talked about this. We talked about how many teams can go from Florida fly across the country out west, deal with the altitude because it's a different altitude they're playing at. We're playing at like ground level or even below ground, sea level in a sense. So you go over there out west, it's a different animal, I mean, I know Miami Central went over to play Bishop Gorman last year. They didn't come away with a win. Chaminade a couple years ago with the junior laden team. I think a bunch of us were at the state championship or watching the game on the big screen, and they're playing Bishop Gorman. And I mean, they just I think the score is like 49-14. And you think about the dudes that are on that Chaminade team. You had Cedric Bailey, you had Jeremiah Smith starting now as a true freshman at Ohio State, JoJo Trader, Davian Gause. I mean,
guys, right?
I know. I try to tell people that team, and I hate to jump off Coco IMG, but real quick.
No, you do it. That's what I'm saying, bro. You do it. You do it.
Everybody, they're giving them a lot of flack, and my thing is that the Chaminade team we saw 2022, 2023, that's like the equivalent of like the Golden State Warriors in their prime. It's like we were getting spoiled every week. Those guys were unbelievable. We might not see an offense like that for.
Well, take a look. Take a look at Chaminade now, right? They took a huge hit, so that's just to show you how much talent they had, and look at the fall they're taking. But go ahead, Andy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're just. I mean, they're a team that I think they'll bounce back. They got to. Damian Jones got way too much experience. Got a lot of ballers on that team still, so they'll get it figured out. But jump back to Coco IMG. Just Coco on the other side of this. I mean, first two games have been romps. I mean, Titusville 42-10. Mainland, they go up to Daytona State and beat them up 51-0. I know they're looking at that score, and I'm thinking, hold up, not so fast.
Not so fast.
I gotta say, this isn't the team that beat St. Augustine last year, like for the Class 3 S8 title. That's what I have to caution people. Really impressive still, nonetheless. Coco went 51-0. But my thing, Drew, with this game is how does IMG defend this Coco offense when you got Brady Hart dialed in the way I think he'll be on Friday night in Bradenton? You got to defend these three receivers and Javon Boggs. You got Nicholas Teeter. You got D.L. Hardison. I mean, these guys are, pick your poison. I mean, you got Teeter can play in the slot. He can get open over the middle. You got Boggs. He could do you inside or out, really. And, Hardison's another one that's going to give them problems.
Yep.
I mean, and Corner Canyon, I think, kind of provided a little bit of the blueprint of what you got to do to beat IMG. So at Bergen Catholic, the following week, yes, IMG went up there at the Battle of the Beach and they won. I watched that entire game on the live stream, and they had some problems in the first couple quarters defending Quincy Porter, Ohio State commitment. Dominic Campanelli for them had a nice game. He was able to throw for, I think, a couple hundred yards. So something that for me has been consistent in the two games is IMG's had some problems in the defensive secondary defending against good passers. And you've faced two good passers already of Corner Canyon and Bergen Catholic. You're probably facing the best quarterback you've seen yet with Hart coming into town. And Ryan Schneider, I mean,
there you go.
There's a name, a former UCF quarterback. I really think he's going to pull out. You got to pull out all the stops because you're looking to. I think what motivates him probably going into this game is what happened last year at St. Thomas Aquinas. You had a chance. I think all of us say that game's got that asterisk because we know, like, Coco, for all intents and purposes.
That was crazy.
I was gonna say, you remember last year,
was crazy,
all of us were like, what the heck happened over there? But Coco, I think they're coming guns a-blazing, coming into Bradenton. Like they gotta feel good about themselves going into this game because you're averaging almost. We gotta say they're around 45 a game right now, averaging between the two wins. Yeah. Yes. IMG's.
I'm looking at it right now. You gotta show that defense too, man. They're only letting up 10 points in two games. So The defense is tough too.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, Javian Hilson leads that group.
Florida State, yeah.
Florida State commit. Just they got a really nice defensive front. I think this will obviously be their toughest test when it comes to offenses because, like you said, Hawkins. I mean, he's a dual threat.
Yeah.
He could, throw the long ball. He can run the ball.
Texas kid, yeah. I watched him before he went out there. He's a good. I like him actually. Yeah, so.
I like watching him against Bergen Catholic, Drew. I mean, just seeing like in the second half, what I kind of liked is their ability to switch out of kind of what they feel like they're going to be able to do against a certain team. Like against Corner Canyon, I felt like they wanted to really kind of sprinkle in that short passing game and then kind of work in, taking their shots deep. But against Bergen Catholic, they identified that their quarterback is their best runner when they got that blocker with a running back kind of leading the way. Yeah. He was able to get, 3 rushing touchdowns against Bergen. So to me, when they see what the weaknesses, they're coming after you.
Yeah, a little sidetrack, but I think Mike Norvell needs to take a little bit of that game plan and use a running quarterback. Sometimes if your quarterback can't get it done through the air, hey man, you got to get somebody in there that can use his legs. So.
Some of those fans are like, Drew, too soon, man. Too soon.
Trust me, man. Trust me. I'm one of them. we'll leave that with the high school show. But, hey, man, that's the game of the week for me for sure. Prediction, man. I got to roll with Brady Hart, Coach Ryan Snyder, Coach Franco. That offense might just be too much for IMG right now. I don't know if they're, it'll be tough for them to lose twice, 2 games already. That'll be tough. I know they're looking for a bounce back. But, man, I think Brady Hart has a chance to be one of the top quarterbacks, not just in the state, but the country. Like, I think he's definitely top 5 for me. I listed him number 1 in my rankings. I know you said not rankings. We don't do rankings. We do watch lists. But I ranked him number 1. That's the kid that I like. I think he's the best in the state right now. But we'll wrap that one up and we'll move on, brother. What's some of the games that people need to be tuned in and watching out for in the Tampa and the Pasco area this weekend?
Whoa. Well, I got to say the top game it's a battle for Hillsborough County. We got the Armwood boys against the Tampa Bay Tech Titans.
Yeah,
that is a game. And I think the last time I saw Armwood over in Polk County, I ran into you. It's Armwood Lakeland, which I feel like you could have had a knife to go through the tension that was at that game. There was so much tension with the Hawks and the Dreadnoughts. I never realized how much those 2 teams don't like each other. Yeah. But the Hawks and the Titans really don't like each other. Like I think there's beef there to the point of like they probably don't even mention each other by name. And you got to look at Armwood. Yeah, I mean they just dismantled Sumner 44-7 last week, and a lot of those kids, some of them kids came from Sumner. So you got Tyler Williams, Georgia Kamei, you got Cameron White, the linebacker, hard hitter, and I really like the progression of Rise Brush. I think he is really turned it up. He's a nice passer. I think he's developed a little bit of a running game too. He's been able to kind of find his legs on that zone read. He's got the confidence to pull it and get some yards. So, and then, I mean, does it much have to be said about Gerard Pringle? I mean, kids are absolutely. Yeah, man. Oh man, Miami's getting a good one. I mean, he's unbelievable. Yeah. And then Tampa Bay Tech. I mean, I feel like they've had like so many different quarterbacks in the last couple of years.
Geez, man, I feel like they had 3 to start the season. Now they're down to 1.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 3 capable starters at your school. You had Darian Jones, who's their guy now. You had Logan Rogers, who ended up leaving, going to Hillsborough. You got Xavier Jackson, who was the starter for most of last year, and then he goes to Zephyr Hills. So you got, I mean, they had I gotta say, Coach Jason Roberts had a plethora of quarterbacks.
Yeah, it was like, whoa, what happened? I had 3 guys competing for the job. Now, geez, this guy goes down, we're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, hey, when you got Dallas Wilson to throw to, I think life's probably easier.
At this level, you can put him in at Wildcat. Just give him the ball, let him go to work.
I feel like I see that sometimes when teams get in trouble, like watching Venice last week against Miami Northwestern. I felt like when Venice felt like they needed a spark, they just threw Winston Watkins at Wildcat, and they just let him go. which he's pretty dynamite at Wildcat quarterback.
Sometimes you got to just let your playmakers make, right? You can't coach everything. Just let.
Yeah, that's that to me that was dangerous. Yeah, Winston Watkins, and then you had Jamarius Wilder, and when you're doing a zone read, it's like, who do you defend? Do you take Wilder on the give, or do you take Watkins on the him going? To me, that's decisions, man. That's a really hard, like, for the outside linebacker to defend. It's like, what do you take? Like,
Venice is tough, man. Shout out to Venice. They got a good team with Joe Jace. They got a good team, man.
Oh yeah, Jace is. I mean, he's got to look at it as similar to what he had at Gaither, like a ton of playmakers, and they got a lot of playmakers at Venice. I got to give a shout out to Gaither. They beat Plant last week, 27-7.
There you go.
Gaither. Some people told me they're like, Gaither's kind of upset with you, Andy. You're not giving them like the love.
Come on, Gaither. Come on, man.
Well, they went to the Final Four last year. It's just, I think I don't know. Maybe I'm sleeping on them a little bit.
Man, that's how it gets sometimes, man. They'll be all right, man.
They're going to come up. Yeah, they started off with that game against Armwood. I know they were like fired up. They wanted to prove something, and Armwood
Armwood tough, man. Armwood got some guys, and they got, like you said, a boatload of transfers. So they got guys.
Evan Davis has, I think, his best team he's had at Armwood. So I think.
From top to bottom, like, this is guys.
Yeah. Well, and we knew it when we went down to Norland and 151-20. It's like,
that's crazy. Yeah, that's the kind of shock to state, right? Like, hold on.
And they're still not getting the respect, I don't think. I think people are
man, we could talk about that all day, man.
I was like,
I see the teams. They way over here, this state, and ranking us. Come on, man. Sometimes just leave it to the guys that's doing the groundwork.
Yeah, Armwood, you gotta give them respect. I see a lot of people got Lakeland at the top, and I saw Lakeland in the spring, so I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm sleeping on Malik Morris. A dude, like he's a man.
4 or 5 star kid. He's a grown man right now.
Oh, I looked at him when he picked off he picked off Will Griffin on a slant. He buzzed over.
Oh my God! You were at that game?
Yeah, I was at that.
Man, that was crazy.
He can move, man. He's 6'2" or 6'3", like 230, 240 pounds.
They put him at running back too, man. They let him run the ball too. He's a monster. Nobody want to tackle that.
Think about it. You got kids like 190, 200 pounds, and you got to tackle this guy in the backfield.
Come on, man. They don't.
That's a lot. Shenard Flower, you got some dudes over there at Lakeland. They are really good. I'd like to see them play Coco. That'd be a fun game.
Let me ask you, Andy, like I said, this guy's all over the state. So let me ask you, I'm Lakeland, man. I got to ask you about Lakeland and Lake Mary, dog. You know what I mean? That's one of the games I listed in my top 5 games of the week.
Yes.
You got 2026 quarterback Noah Grubbs, Notre Dame commit, and that Lake Mary offense. They got a rushing game that people don't know about as well with Isaiah Thomas. That kid's their bell cow. When people are waiting to see the Noah Grubbs show, which we all are. But when he's not going, Isaiah Thomas has been the leader of that offense. And they got a good defense as well. People don't know, man. They held Osceola to, like, I don't know if they had a first down till maybe late third quarter or something. I don't know if they moved the rock is like that as well. So their defense is rocking too. But they got the Dreadnoughts coming in town, Andy, as you know, as you just named some of those kids. They look big, right? They're gonna see some size. So how do you feel about that game, Andy?
That's number 2, I would say, in top games. That's right below.
Sir.
Yeah, that's right below Coco IMG. I'd say if I had to rank top 3, we're going Coco IMG, Lakeland, Lake Mary, and then I got to give it American Heritage Chaminade just because. If Heritage wins, like, when's the last time Chaminade started off with 3 losses?
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I would talk about with Larry as well. That's a game for who can steer the ship to the right. You know what I mean? They're going left a little bit. Chaminade 0-2. You know what I mean? They need to get it back right. Those are 2 programs that spit out 5-star kids every year. It's just kind of weird to see them start like that, but they play some good teams to start off the season, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, this game, Lakeland, Lake Mary, the thing is, you got to look at Lakeland. You got a couple weeks to prepare. So I'm sure they probably went and watched the Little Lake Mary. They probably got to see what they did against Osceola. So they got to feel that, watch the film, break that down, have a couple weeks to really just focus on how are we going to stop Noah Grubbs and, also their run game. Like you said, Rogers starting off the night season.
That's been a surprising thing, right? I mean, I think everybody in the country is waiting on the Grubb show. But hey, that running game, I think he had like under 200 passing yards last game, something like that. Some weird number, I think like 140. They got to get it done on the ground. So that kid's surprising, but it's going to be tough, as you know, going against that Lakeland defensive line that held Miami Central to just one touchdown. That's tough. That's tough. Talk about it, Andy.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think the weather, Drew, is gonna dictate how these two big games. If the weather, because we know Mother Nature has been kind of butting in here all throughout the Central Florida and Suncoast. If it rains, I mean, and that's not advantageous to the passing game. So you're not going to see big nights out of Noah Grubb and Brady Hart. If it's raining, that is music to the ears of guys like Marvin Frazier and Billy Miller at IMG. They're licking their chops like we like to run the ball and we like to power run the ball.
Yeah, pound the ball.
I know Lakeland, just seeing them in the last 2 times I saw them, Jesuit and then Venice in the state championship game. I mean, Xander Smith didn't play, much in the Venice game because I believe he got injured, and then he didn't play at all in the spring.
The Jesuit game.
Yeah, and then it didn't matter because they could just line up and really just punch it down your throat. So I gotta say that Lakeland, either way, good conditions, bad conditions, they're right at home. And then if you're Lake Mary, you're just hoping no clouds come, no rain, no nothing. You need good conditions. You don't want bad conditions. Same goes.
Let me really quick. How surprising? Because I want to, before we wrap up the Lakeland Lake Mary, how surprising was that Jesuit game? Were they just overpowering? Were they just bigger than those guys? Was it speed? Just too many athletes? What? I mean, they got the Will Griffin kid. They got the Caden Henderson kid. They got some guys. I know the running back didn't play that game. He's a really good kid. But what do you think it was?
I just thought it was a lot about Lakeland. I think it spoke about how good they really are, and just we're looking back at kind of having the flashbacks in my head of that game. I just remember looking at Hassani a couple times, like this defense is for real. Like if anything else fails, they can lean on this defense and let that offense kind of come as the game goes on. They don't have to. They don't need to have a fast start like some teams. Like they feel like they got to win a track meet. They can win, just trudging along, and then their defense is going to provide them extra opportunities on offense, and you're going to just watch them kind of find a way to win, 40-7. And it's not going to be the prettiest. It's not going to be like you're walking away, oh, look at the passing stats. No, they're worried about that ground game and compiling 250, 300 yards, over the ground game. So in a day and age where everybody wants to sling the rock and get in doubles and trips and 5 wide, Lakeland opts to, compact it and say, you know what, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us straight up.
Yeah. And that's been it. Even in the Bill Castle days, man. I know they don't got a Rainey over there now, but that's how they won games, man. With those Pouncey twins, they just pound the rock, bro. You can't beat the L, but
some things never change.
Some things never change, right? Any other games you want to talk about this week? There's a couple other, I just had Dillon Rose Bailey on with Zephyr Hills and Wiregrass Ranch over there. Any other smaller games you want to talk about this week?
I mean, I do like that Wiregrass Ranch Zephyr Hills game. I just think the way Wiregrass Ranch has been playing, and Dillon Rose Bailey obviously really just coming in his own. I think the last game, 9 of 14, over 150 yards, a couple touchdowns. To win at Clearwater, I thought that was a really impressive win for the Bulls.
Man, you're the man. I should have mentioned that to Dillon, man.
That's
a big win, brother.
That was a nice win for them. And then Zephyr Hills, man, they started off the season the surprising loss to Springstead. I said, what? How did this happen? And I keep saying to people, I'm like, I just try to figure, you got the consensus probably top 10 player in the country on your football team. Not a top 100, not a top 50.
Top 10.
Top 10. I just hit the keyboard. Top 10, people. How is he not beat? Like, to me, I'm not a coach, Drew. I'm not. I know coaches are probably listening like, what does he know? But you know what? Drew, give me a trip set, put Dillon on one side, force the action to the other, and throw him go routes until they can't cover it anymore. Like,
hey, man. Sometimes you got to make it simple, man.
There's got to be. That has to. That, to me, it's got to work. Or if they're able to lock him up one-on-one, let's go find the kid at Springstead who locked him up, and I think he needs some offers.
Hey, I'm hiking him the ball. If it's me, Andy, I'll be saying it all the time. I'm a coach. I've watched a couple of teams this season that just couldn't get the ball going. If I got a DB that can run the ball better than my guys that run the ball, I'm getting him the ball at this level. That's the prep level. He's running the ball for me. He's going to do it. He's going to pull a Travis Hunter if he has to. You know what I mean? We'll talk about after the game. I'll get you some dinner and some extra Gatorades. You know what I mean?
I just think, like, DJ is such an athletic just specimen. Like, find a way. He's 6'4", 190 pounds. This kid runs a 4.4. Like, somebody. I mean, and you got a good quarterback. You got Xavier Jackson. Just tell him.
Oh man, just throw him a screen. Give him a bubble screen. Do something.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just I'm still kind of.
Hey, we just cover the games, guys. Sorry, coaches. I know we could talk about the pay and all. You know what I mean? We're on you guys' side. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We're on you guys' side. But hey, man. So really quick before we wrap up, Andy, who are some of the? Like I said, this guy does it. This guy knows this area like nobody else. I don't care what he says. Nobody smashes this area like he does. Who are some of the players, man, that we need to know about, and some of the college coaches need to get their eyes on coming out of that Tampa, Pasco area?
Oh, Pasco County. One kid I've been really high on just even last year and against Lake Wales in the playoffs first round. I think he made an impression to those guys. But Antonio Munez out of golf, that kid, I think he had a couple 100 yards against the Highlanders. And I mean, the Highlanders still won by a few touchdowns. But I mean, to do that against a Tavares Johnson-led defense, I mean, to me, that's not
guys too last year. I remember that Lake Wales team. They had some linebackers.
Yeah, I was gonna say Richardson. I mean, he was I liked him. Yeah, I mean, I think he's a name that I think deserves kind of some more. I know he's diminutive in size. He's not a real big kid. He's probably like 5'6", 5'7", $180, but he is a hard runner, hard to take down. Catch the ball out of the backfield. I mean, I think he's a nice kid. Another one is Grant Lanning, a tight end out of Nature Coast. Okay. I like him. Yeah, he's nice size, good target for Jackson Hoyt over there at Nature Coast. I do like Lanning a lot. A kid that is on the come up, I'm gonna say just kind of watch because he's only a sophomore. Chance Houston for Land O'Lakes, and Land O'Lakes,
that's my guy right there, man. There you go, Andy.
Land O'Lakes has been a quarterback factory. People don't remember back in the day, the Weatherfords. And you're Florida State.
Yes, sir. Drew Weatherford? Man. Drew Weatherford, man.
Oh yeah, all his brothers went to Land O'Lakes. So Hey, Chance Houston could be the next in line when it comes to Land O'Lakes quarterbacks. So I think
his pop says true 2027. You know what I mean?
Yes. Definitely, but those are some guys. There's a lot of guys. Corey Sims, Caden Thomas out of Mitchell.
There you go. There goes some names. Yeah.
Sean Brown out of 5A. Nice running back over there. We know Wiregrass Ranch with some of their guys. Obviously, Dillon. Bryce Randolph. Roe Miller out of Zephyr Hills. I like him as a little scat back for the Bulldog.
Roe Miller. Oh, there you go. Y'all are watching this live, so y'all will be seeing these kids. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, Nathan Merriman out of Sun Lake. I like him. He's one that I believe right now he's already scored 8 touchdowns through a couple games for the Seahawks. So they're trying to bounce back. They've already surpassed their win total from last year. They only won a game last year.
That's right.
They've won 2 games. Right. So
wow, there you go, Sun Lake.
There we go. That's what I'm saying. We gotta, we could talk about the big schools all day long, but
right there you go.
some of the little schools too. They're trying to turn things around and get it in the right direction. So these are just some of the guys, though. North Suncoast, anyways. Tampa Bay area. There's so many. One kid I hear about a lot that I look at his stats. Jack Cunningham out of Jefferson.
Yeah, he just had a game this week, right?
He's been red hot for the Dragons. I feel like it's been a minute since we talked about Jefferson Dragons. I feel like back when Quentin Williams was operating the offense and leading them to a state championship. That's the last time I felt like I was talking about
Jefferson. Jefferson.
Andre Davis and the boys. That was a team.
Yeah, there you go.
So I mean, there's so many though, Drew. We could literally go probably for an hour or 2 hours going through. There's so many kids that really just impressed so far for the first couple of weeks, and I'm anticipating just somebody to really break off like a huge game, like something. 300-400 yards on the ground, or maybe like over 500 yards.
Crazy.
I'm waiting for it. I'm like, somebody, let's see it.
Somebody, man. So we get a viral something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, all right, Andy, really quick, man. Let the people know where you're going to be at this week, man. Preview one of the games you're going to be at this week, brother.
Well, tomorrow night, weather pending, I'm going to get out to Tarpon Springs at Osceola. It's a battle of 2-0 teams in Pinellas County. I'm going to see a little Joaquin Cavalclis with the Spongers. He's somebody that he's gotten some offers, and I know some of those kids that were at Clearwater Academy International, they went over there, so they got a nice team. And then Osceola, they've been playing pretty good. So yeah, I'd say that's a good game Thursday night. Friday night, I'm at the game. I'm at the Coco IMG game. I mean, that's
man. Yes, sir.
That's gonna be huge. I think that's just a game that I don't know if it's gonna be Miami Central, IMG like of a couple years ago. I know that was that shock that started the entire season. We're all like, wow, like how did a public school go to the IMG and win a game? But this could be that time where maybe another public school enters Bradenton and comes away with a win. But
hey, man, I don't know if he does this, but hey, can I get an Andy V prediction? You know what I mean?
Ooh. Oh man! All right.
Here we go.
Okay, for Friday night, I'm gonna say IMG Academy. I'm going to say
he's going IMG.
I'm going 34-32 IMG.
You hear this, Brady? Oh, man.
Brady, I'm sorry. I think you're awesome. I think you're I just feel like, man, I don't know. I mean, last time it was a really
wrong, right? It's two good programs, right? Come on, guys. You know what I mean?
Last time I went for a big game like that, it was Miami Central. So
you caught the Central game?
Yeah, I saw that where they ended up pulling off the upset, heard around the country,
around the world, right? That was Central. They run the bell, right?
So I don't know. I got a feeling like IMG's knows they gotta turn it up. They're coming home. Coco's coming for them. Yeah. Obviously everybody, when they play IMG, they're like, hey, we got to bring our best.
Right. This is a national game.
When Miami Central beat IMG, though, Jaden Bradford went down after the first play of the game. So they had to put in Ryan Downs, who, Ryan Downs was at Venice, and now he's at Saratoga Booker. But Ryan Downs had to go into the game and play quarterback, and that's kind of how I think they ended up pulling off the upset, not because of Ryan, but just like they didn't have their guy that they planned playing the entire game. So I think that's what kind of, hindered them from being able to play at the top of their level.
Right. Hey, man, IMG losing 2 this early in the season would be crazy, man.
That would be wild. So hey, either way, for me, it's like it's shaping up to be a great high school football game.
Hey, man, you can't get nothing better than that, man. Florida football, y'all, you guys already know I'm biased, man. This is where the best football is played. I don't care what nobody says, man. Just glad to have a guy like Andy on to talk about it. Like I said, very hard worker. Not too many does it like this guy does in the industry. You know what I mean? Definitely somebody in the game that I'm looking up towards. Somebody, hey, man, I see Andy posting, man. Like my Mark said, like, hey, I gotta get on my grind. You know what I mean? So. Definitely somebody that pushes me in the industry and someone, I'm just glad to have on the show. Definitely want to have him on again to recap some of these games and stuff that's going on out there. Some of these kids that's blowing up. But man, Andy does it himself. He's all over. He does spaces. He's got his own show. Let them know where they can find you, Andy.
Just find me probably on Twitter, reposting something or posting my own content. At Andy Villamarzo, and check, go to si.com/high-school, and you can find all of the content that's going to be up there on the site whenever it comes to Florida or whatever state I end up writing about, because I also write about these other states and I got to do a lot of research on them. So it's
hard, man. Hey, hard working, man. Never ending. Hey, like most of the guys are in the industry, very humble, right? You're not going to hear from him, but he's got guys like me to speak for him. So great job, great work that you do. Congrats with SBLive, partnering with SI for the high school as well. So much to come from Andy this season. It's been doing it for a while. OG in the game, brother. Glad to have you on. We'll definitely have you on again.
Hey, I appreciate you. Hey, keep up the great work on your end with Prep Red Zone. And then I've been watching these shows, so I enjoy them, and a lot of great content. So look forward to seeing you at a Friday night game.
Man, we got to reunite, man. It's been a minute, dog. I don't catch many games out in that Tampa area. We got somebody out there, but I need to get back out there, right? I wanted to come out for the Clearwater Bartow game, but I missed it, man. But it's all good. We'll reunite. I might catch them throughout this season, man. But
hey, Lake Wales at Sebring. I'm looking to go to that Lake Wales at Sebring game. So maybe
Sebring got a couple transfers. They got the Kavion Mason kid at running back. He's toting the rock really well. So that might be a game that we got circled on our schedule, man. Make sure you guys are following Andy. Just glad to have him on. Like I said, we'll talk very soon, Andy. Thank you, brother.
Man. All right. Thank you, Drew.
For sure, bro. Hey, man, that's Andy Villamarzo. Make sure you guys are following him. Woo! Another fire show, man. That's a wrap for this week's edition of The Rundown. Big thanks to our guests, starting off with John Kostuch. Dillon Rose Bailey came on, and we ended it with Andy Villamarzo, man. Giving you guys these long shows. Hey, man, this is what it takes. This is what the content. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the channel. And as always, man, we'll be back next week. I don't know, man. Hey, there's a lot of good games this week. Now I might got to get some of these kids that stand it out, talk about some of these games. So make sure you follow us at the platform DR. Subscribe and like this video, man. Come on, man. Y'all got to support, man. I'm bringing on these guests for y'all, man. It's been nothing but heat. So make sure y'all liking and subscribing to the channel and follow me on Twitter, man, at Real News 102. So shouts out DR Sports, the platform. We out, baby. Back next week. Peace.